Hello, hi, my dear loving children. Hope you all are doing well. Today, I have come up with a new topic from Chapter 9 Heredity and Evolution. Our topic for today is evolution. When I say evolution, the first thing that pops up in your mind could be this image, right? This image depicts the evolution of humans. When you observe the image, you could see that how a quadruped ape-like primate has evolved and evolved, transformed to give rise to we human beings. This helps us to understand how life is getting diverse and getting adapted to the new environment that we see today. So hang on, what exactly is evolution? Evolution can be defined as the slow, gradual, ongoing process by which living organisms attain a specific character in them that makes them enabled to survive in this present scenario. Is it confusing to you? Okay, I'll make it easier for you. I said character. Did you notice it? What are characters? Characters are nothing, a feature, a behavior in a living organism. For example, presence of 5 fingers is a character, it's a feature of a mammal. Presence of external hair, everything could be a character. Thorns in the bushes can be a character. Heart, 4-chambered heart is again a character of a living organism. Stick on to heart. We are having a 4-chambered heart, right? We learned in class 9, reptiles are having 3-chambered heart. And these reptiles have evolved to become we mammals. Once they have evolved, their 3-chambered heart has get developed or getting complex to a 4-chambered heart. And thus making us more and more efficient. We are a warm-blooded organism. That means we are more efficient than the cold-blooded reptiles. So that's the main essence of evolution, is to make living organism more and more complex, more and more efficient. You should not limit evolution to just living organism. There is a bit of chemistry and physics behind evolution, because it all started from a massive explosion called Big Bang explosion. You know something, guys? Before 15 billion years ago, there was no universe. Universe was just a huge ball. We call them as primordial matter. And due to an explosion called nuclear thermal explosion, this huge ball has exploded, giving rise to the present universe. Evidence suggests that 4 billion years ago, Earth is formed. At that time, there was no life. Full of toxic gases, full of water, no life exists. These elements and gases has undergone chemical reaction to produce complex compound nature. Around 3.5 billion years ago, due to this chemical evolution, life originated. And it was not the present life that we see today. It was a cellular life form. From that day one onwards, this life form has undergone multiplicated, duplicated, evolved and evolved. Some has undergone perished, has vanished from this mother nature. Some that's been remaining has undergone selected by the nature to give rise to the new life forms that exist today. There are in fact many theories are put forward by different scientists all over the world to know the real mechanism of evolution. The well-known theory on evolution is put forward by 2 scientists, Sir Wallace and Darwin. According to them, natural selection or the survival of the fittest is a real reason for evolution. According to them, organisms having more favorable character than the other will survive more in number, will reproduce more in number, and will survive in the nature. That means they will get better adapted to nature. That's what natural selection says. Now it's time for evidence. We need evidence to prove evolution does happens. There are plenty of evidence that you can give. The first among is the homologous organ. When you take example of the 4 limbs of humans, 4 limbs of the cheetah, bat, flippers of the whale, all of them have different function, right? But all of them has the same bone format. All of them have the same ulna and radius, the 2 bones they have. Same origin, same bone format, but they have different function. It suggests that all these organisms has a common ancestor. I told you guys, the essence of the evolution is to bring more and more complex body design, more and more efficient. Maybe after hundreds and thousands years, we humans may go extinct, and a new species will emerge out from us and might be conducting a class like this and giving their lecture to students that before 100,000 years ago, a species called humans were living in this nature. Who knows? Thank you. Thank you for listening to me.